The human body is full of secrets to be discovered. Scientists have put in great effort in uncovering them, and we can now do things which were considered impossible a century ago. Can you believe that creating artificial organs, synthesizing human hormones, and doing face transplant is possible in this day and age? The development of technology is at its peak, especially in terms of healthcare and medicine. This extraordinary technology and science can give mankind the ability to even transform their bodies, genders included, be it for medical or cosmetic purposes. The question is, how does society perceive all these breakthroughs in science and technology? Society is shaped by many factors such as religion, beliefs, ethics, and morals. So a person's opinion or attitude towards these advancements will greatly depend on their beliefs and ethics. Transgender therapies and surgeries, for instance, is a topic where people's opinion differ. Some will say it's a sort of freedom of choice, and some will say no one has the right to do so, and every party has their reasons and justifications. Let us see our friend's story and observe society's reactions.
I always believe that I am a man who is trapped in a woman's body. It has caused a great pain, isolation, discrimination throughout my life. And now I am ready to take on a risk to improve my life for the better.
Thank you. So I've been told that you are having a problem. What's your problem actually?
Actually, I've been wanting to have sex with a man, and I've been thinking about it for so long. And then I look it up on the internet, and then you are the only doctor that offers this kind of surgery here.
So, are you having any illnesses, medical history?
No, not that I know.
What about your preferences?
I actually want to do a complete sex reassignment, facial structure, and also to remove my chest and change my genitals, and I also want to undergo hormone therapy. So
Please be seated. So, thank you so much, doctor, for your work and enjoy your life. Thank you.
Hey bro. Hey bro, what's up?
Oh, hey guys.
What you doing here?
I'm standing in front of the chill with you.
This is a place only for men. You can't be here, bro. It's one talk.
But as you can see, I've changed.
You can't, bro. You have to be born a man to stand with us.
Yeah, I just let us alone.
We don't want to stand with girls.
Good afternoon. May I know your name, please?
My name is Weinberg. I'm currently a master student at TTM.
We are doing a project, and I would like to ask you a question for an interview. What do you think about sex reassignment procedure and hormonal therapy for changing one's gender?
First of all, that's a very interesting and kind of new title that we don't hear that often. And I do support sexual reassignment surgery and hormonal therapy for gender reassignment in general. I believe that the person has the right to choose, or if he's not comfortable or doesn't feel that he has the correct gender, he has to seek medical attention, and with the assistance of doctors, be that like physical doctors, or be that general surgeons, or be that like psychiatrist doctors, they can guide him to the procedure to undergo sexual reassignment operation.
Thank you so much for your interview, and
Welcome. Thank you so much.
From the point of view of a monotheistic religion, reassigning gender is not acceptable as it's forbidden to alter the creation of God. It can only be allowed when the person suffers from a disease or birth defect that affects the way he looks or his sexual reality. Socially speaking, the surgery will not change anything but the way the body looks. However, many transgender people believe that they will have far better success in their forthcoming lives and careers if their body matches more closely to what others expect a person of their gender to look like. But even if the religion and society approves and agrees the right for people to reassign their gender freely with no rules or ethics, the medical evidence suggests that sex reassignment does not adequately address the psychosocial difficulties faced by people who identify as transgender. Even when the procedures are successful, and even in cultures that are relatively trans-friendly, transgenders still face poor outcomes. The most thorough follow-up of sex reassigned people extended over 30 years and was conducted in Sweden documents their lifelong mental unrest. 10 to 15 years after surgical reassignment, the suicide rate of those who had undergone sex reassignment surgery rose to 20 times that of comparable peers. Dr. Pol'y of Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine points to the reality that because sex change is physically impossible, it frequently does not provide the lifelong wholeness and happiness that people seek. And he also concludes that none of the studies provide conclusive evidence that gender reassignment is beneficial for patients. It found that most research was poorly designed and which skewed the results in favor of physically changing sex. There was no evaluation of whether other treatments such as lifelong counseling might help transsexuals. However, their gender confusion might lessen over time. In all cases, however, one's gender will never change by surgery. The alternative, which we have been doing for over 100 years now, is to surgically change the body to match more closely to the physical appearance of the average person of that particular gender. So it will have no effect on the person's gender identity, which is fixed and established at birth and cannot be changed with any current known method, since it's hardwired in the brain. And even if we know where and what to cut away to change a person's gender, there would still be an ethical question if it would be appropriate to do that to a person.